Shooting in the gym. Hey, what's going on? This is Courtney and Javon here with the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. Here we're helping folks who are going through some of the biggest transitions in their life, particularly when you're making a move, especially if it's coming from after someone's passed away and perhaps you're the surviving family member and you're looking to move into a new community, but you need help selling your property or dealing with the stuff. Or perhaps you're in probate or you're going through probate as the executor or administrator. And again, there are things that you need help settling and dealing with the property and the stuff. This is what we do. We come and we help folks hopefully provide some hopefully valuable solutions to those challenges. And this today, I really enjoy these days because they're geared towards the practitioner side. They're geared towards folks who like me who help folks out there. So we help people with their sales skills, helping show and provide value. And Javon's one of the awesome guys on the team who actually speaks to folks to see what type of help we can provide as probate specialists and inherited property specialists. And so we try to train, and that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to do a little role playing. And Javon, we just had a nice meeting, man. But how's it going, brother?
Yeah, pretty good as always. Thankful to the Omniverse for waking me up and giving me another opportunity to do what I do.
I hear that. Yeah, I was like, oh man, I woke up again. I don't know how I can keep getting away with this, but this is I'm not gonna take it for granted. Heck yeah. All right, so let's take a look over at. Yes, it's still sharing my screen. Perfect. So this is one of my favorite topics because it's I think it's something easy for people to understand because you see it in your life so much, and that is don't chase the dog when you are providing value or service to someone. Don't chase the dog. You can't be too hungry or too thirsty to show them that you have value. It's the same thing when relationships, like romantic relationships, it's the same thing in sales. Don't chase the dog, and you might just not be the right fit for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. We might not be the right fit for you if you're thinking about us as a solution to your issues, and that's perfectly fine. And so we all know people do not enjoy being sold to, but people enjoy buying. Like, you walk into a store and the salesperson says to you, hey, can I help you with anything? And you first thing like, no, I'm just looking. And, you just like almost auto response for us. And so this is something that we have to understand as folks with value to folks that when we approach people, especially if you're cold calling or if you're reaching out to folks, you're being proactive in your, marketing, you're going to run across people who are like, who is this? Their guard's up, and it should be up. And if for me and Javon, it's a unique situation because we're calling to help and support. And when the solution for that property is for us to buy the property, it's like we're selling our service to buy the property. So it's kind of reverse, but it's still hopefully it still makes sense for you. So we can't be there saying, "Hell, I want to buy this property. I want to buy this property. Yeah, we can do whatever. I want to buy the property." Because what happens, right? Just like chasing the dog. My dog Chip. I hope he's feeling better. He's feeling a little sick this weekend, but he has so much energy. Chip is just like, he's just a nuclear engine inside him. He's like my spirit animal, really. And so I know that like if Chip like gets away from me, and shout out to Todd Toback because I heard him tell this metaphor and this whole like concept in his podcast, No Limit Sales System. Awesome work over there. And it really literally same story for me. So it was like that's why it resonates so much. But for Chip, if he accidentally gets off the leash, he'll take off running and everything. But the one thing that I know I can do to get him to come back to me is if I start running away from him and start running towards my car. He loves car rides. So Chip will instinctively take off because that's attractive to him. He wants to get in the car. He's attracted to chasing after his owner, see what the heck this guy's doing. So I have to know that if I chase him, he's going to run away. But if I do something that's attractive to him, he's going to come to me. And it's the exact same thing, Javon. And so we have to be attractive. We have to attract. Just like if you want I keep going back to romantic relationships, but if you're looking for a partner, that's what you're constantly going to do. But if you do things to be attractive to that person or to those partners, they're going to come to you. If you're looking for money, I got to find money. I got to get out of debt. You're going to continue to attract that, having to get out of debt. But if you take on the characteristics and qualities of someone who's already in your consciousness, already, wealthy or abundant or out of debt, then those are the behaviors that you're going to emulate, and that's what's going to come into your life. So when we're being attractive here, my mind, I'm thinking about at least 4 things. Being service-minded. We can't make this about us. Number 2 is sort of wrapped up in number 1 too, man. Be a go-giver. So it has to be like, hey, I'm adding value. I'm giving value. I'm being my authentic self. I'm able to receive what you're giving me as well. All these things that go into being a go-giver. Of course, being competent. So like studying, learn your sales skills, understanding probate, understanding North Carolina laws as best I can, as best we can, helps us be competent. And the most important, really, be likable. And so those are the ways we're going to attract folks. Hey, but Javon, I wanted to go over a couple of phrases, and then I've been talking a lot. We're going to go into we're going to cut into the role play where you actually start using these phrases. We can skip the intro first part, but let's go over some of these phrases that we use for pull away. And I'm gonna ask you to think about one that you like to use. But here's 2, and then a third one I really like. But it's like, so it seems like you have a great property, John or Mr. Seller, whoever it is. Why would you even want to sell? Like I say that all the time. In fact, my first thing is I'm in there like, hey, why don't you just buy this? Why don't you keep this property? I was in that property this past weekend, and I got the same reaction I quite often get. Oh no, I don't want to go through the hassle, this and things of that nature, especially inherited property. I'm like, well, this seems like it was in your family. I would, wouldn't you want to like keep this as the asset? I literally say that, and I'm not saying it as a trick to like, fooled you, but it's really, I'm asking them so they can think about that, and then they start convincing. Either they're going to say yes, oh, that's a good idea, let me do that, which is awesome because now they have a property, or they're going to keep that property, which is cool, or they've going to convince you why no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and I need to sell it, and hopefully they're encouraged to sell to you as you've helped them uncover even more so why they want to do what they want to do. Or if they're getting a lot of good offers, like, whoa, you're getting tons of great offers here, why not go with them? This particularly with someone who may have a higher offer, and it's like, hey, if you're getting that higher offer, that's best for you, go for that, because we're in the business to make, we have to make money, which actually speaks to my last one. Before I ask for your favorite one, this is my favorite right here. We base our offers on the condition, market value, and your needs. That's something we say all the time. And can purchase your property if we can make a profit. So we got to hit people in the teeth with the truth. I can purchase your property if I can make a profit. Heck, I can purchase it full price if I can make a profit, which means I'm gonna have to set it up on terms. Or I can purchase your property if I make a profit, which means you have to trade speed and convenience, which you hopefully want, for a discounted price. But after I say that, after hearing our business model, Janet, does it make sense for us to even continue moving forward in the conversation? Giving people permission to back out and say no is so important, so that they know that, hey, we're not begging, and this is, we know the value we bring, and if it doesn't match up, no worries at all. Does that make sense? What are you thinking of, Javon?
It makes perfect sense. I mean, some of these things I actually use myself as well. I put little bits and pieces in there. Like, why don't? What's keeping you from actually keeping it? Especially speaking of someone who actually has a property that was possibly a rental.
Yeah.
That's my first. Well, it's an income property. Why not just go ahead and keep it? Do the fixes and go ahead and keep it. And that's when you get the. Well, it feels like I'm losing money because of the fact that the tenants aren't paying the rent on time. Mm-hmm. When they leave the property, I have to clean it up, refix it to re-rent it, or whatever the case may be. I mean, and then you kind of piggyback off of that information that they give you.
Do you hear that? And so those are, I was going to ask you. You just went ahead and told us too. So he's able to pull, what you're going to get from these when you pull away, you're going to pull motive out of there. Mm-hmm. You're going to pull their needs and their desires out of there. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to meet those needs and desires. So if this person's feeling pain because of the tenant not paying, and they're trying to escape that pain, or maybe even the embarrassment of having the property, whatever it is, if we can help be a part of that journey and fulfill that need, we're adding value, and it's law. We get compensated well for that. I appreciate it. Well, let's role play, because I know you have a special lady that your daughter that you're supposed to be making breakfast for.
Oh yeah, I got my babies.
So we're gonna role play. Let's just how about we just practice saying the phrase right there. So I want you to try this part, your version of, you already spoke to the person. You're talking to the person. You gave your unique sales proposition, and now you want to see, does it make sense for us to continue to talk?
Okay. Which one you want me to be?
Matter of fact, yeah, you'll be the actually I'll be the seller and you be the buyer so that I can at least
critique and let me know where I can beat my strong points at. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna just
I mean, so am I ringing you in or are we just gonna go from?
I know we haven't done it like this before. This is live, brother. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. Let me figure this out. Let's see. We're gonna just I'm just gonna start off like this. All right. So Javon, given that we can buy, given that you heard our business model, does it make sense for us to continue to have the conversation? All right, let me pause right there. I want to go at least one sentence back. I want to practice that line. It goes like this. It's not like a line verbatim, but I want to practice this concept. And so, Javon, as I said earlier, we base our offers on the condition and the market value and your situation. And I can buy the property as long as as long as I can make a profit. I'm in the business, of course. So knowing that, does it even make sense for us to continue to move forward with the conversation?
Yeah, sure.
All right, awesome. And one way I like this is that, like, particularly, well, let's see how you would say it, because I don't want to steal your thunder if you might say something.
Well, I would actually say,
well, just do it. Just say it.
Oh, okay. So Courtney, based on the information that I've actually provided you, the fact that we base our price off of market value, and we actually look to possibly get these properties at a discounted price. This way we could actually make a profit. So let me just ask, would it even make sense for us to continue this conversation?
Right. I like that. With that being said, I like that. One thing I would note though is just let's do it again, but try not to say we get properties at a discounted price, because remember, we have a lot of tools in our tool belt. We just need to make a profit on it. I could buy it for full price.
So I can just kind of leave that portion out.
Yeah, as long as we can make money. I mean, people need to understand and I think they'll appreciate the honesty. The honesty, yeah. You do it one more time, brother, and then I'm gonna say it one more time if you don't mind.
So, Courtney, based on the information that I've actually already provided you, how we actually based our price off of market value, and we actually just need to stand to actually make a profit on this property. I mean, so we could come in at full price. I mean, as long as we make a profit. So let me just ask you, does it make sense for us to continue this conversation?
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. And let's be careful too. I know I was just saying that we can make the situation is going to dictate that, because I don't want them to just go be hearing full price. Now they're going to give me full price. Basically, we can buy your property if we can make a profit. That's the essential of it right there. Okay. So I would say to you, even I'm pretending like you asked for MLS. So it sounds like you're looking for top dollar for this, Javon. And I'm in a business to make a profit. So does it make sense if you're looking for top dollar? Does this make sense for us even to continue to talk, knowing I need to make a profit?
Yeah. I mean,
Right. And so what we're really doing is conditioning the seller to understand that, hey, we're going to be coming in usually very low, or we're going to come in on terms that are will be favorable to for everyone involved. And the only reason that us coming in very low should make sense for the seller, this is me just talking to you, Javon, is if we're bringing value and it solves their issue, So, yeah. All right, brother. All right, folks out there, we're going to continue doing this in our own space, but we just wanted to provide a taste of what our trainings look like. So hopefully you can go out there, practice, and provide more value to folks.
Hey, can I add one thing?
Of course.
So with us actually using that information, say if the person that we're actually speaking to wants this property at market value, how can we add value? Is it possible that we could sit there and say, hey, well, I understand that you want this property at market value, so it might not make sense for me. Now, maybe you want to speak to a realtor or
that's the thing. So so we're not licensed realtor agents, but doesn't mean that we don't have people that we work with our team. So I would just talk as less as possible. So, okay, it sounds like you're looking for top dollar on this. All right, so let me take off my buyer's hat now and think about this from an agent perspective. Would you like me to connect you with one of my what was the phrase we use? Property evaluator specialists, because people hear agent all the time. If you say you want to talk to my agent, they're their mom, dad, sister's an agent. But if you say, well, let me take off my investor hat, and then would you like me to see how I can help you get top dollar for that? I'm like, yes. Okay, well, cool, great. Well, let me set you up with, I'm going to set you up here with the conversation with you can say with me, and then, you know, or with, well, what I'm going to do is call you back with the contact, and then we'll share our realtor contact, you know, with them, whichever realtor we're going to, depending on North Carolina. So, I mean, depending on where we are and what region. So that makes, let me say it again, because I think I said it unclear. So basically, if the option for them, the best option for them is to list it for top dollar, or they want top dollar, we'll ask them, well, do you have someone you're working with? No. Okay, I'm gonna take off my buyer hat and I'll put on the hat to see if take off my buyer hat and see how I can help you get top dollar. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? Yes. Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna set up a call for you with people on my team who they're specialized in that, and they'll be getting you contact with you, you know, fill in the blank.
Okay. All right. I mean, I just want to make sure that I'm able to help as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let the seller know that, hey, I'm not just here to try to take your property. I'm here to get you as much as we possibly can for the property. And I mean, if I'm the buyer, then
absolutely.
I mean,
and we got to be sincere about that, because people can sniff out bull crap and BS and stuff like that. All of us got a BS meter.
Exactly.
So we want to be able to get. So I was looking down right there. Somebody was texting me now about that. Yeah. So brother, let's pull away. We ain't chasing don't chase the dog. Let's be attractive by being likable.
Yeah, I love that. That whole thing. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Cool.
It made perfect sense.
Yeah, well,
do not chase the dog. The dog run away from you. You go the opposite way, and the dog is going.
Shout out to Todd Toback and No Limit Sus, all that stuff, man. There's some great people out there. It's a great time to be alive. Ain't no excuse, man. We live in the information age, so
yeah.
The
best age ever. This is the new golden age.
New golden age of Aquarius, my brother. All right, brother. I'll let you get to that breakfast date you got with your little lady.
Yeah, my babies. All right, brother. Peace and love.
All right, life in transition. Let your light shine. Peace.
All right.